Oh, it's time for class.
Class is in session!
Roll call!
Bueller?
I'm gonna be late for class.
Bueller?
Am I hallucinating here? Just what in the hell do you think you're doing?
Late shots.
You are mine now. You belong to me.
Did you study for the test?
No more complaining. No more Mr. Kimball to go to the bathroom. Nothing. There is no bathroom.
Welcome to another episode of Middle Class Film Class Movie Review Edition. I'm your host for today, Joseph.
I'm Peter.
And I'm Tyler.
And on today's episode, we're reviewing my movie for Car Chase May, which is Bullitt.
Yes.
Bullitt. This is a modern trailer, so someone re-edited this.
Oh, cool.
Frank?
Important job for you.
God damn.
Suggested that you take it.
Woo.
As you know, there's a Senate subcommittee hearing. I have a star witness who needs protection. Sam said that you were the man for the job. And I can't find a flaw in that statement.
Wow. They made it really
What went
epic.
wrong?
Yeah.
Ross got to the door and hooked the chain from the inside.
He let the killers in himself. Why would he do a thing like that?
I want to know about Ross. What was the deal you made with him?
Deal.
Damn.
They estimate he siphoned off about $2 million while operating their wire service.
There was a patient here. His name is Johnny Ross. And he seems to have disappeared.
Disappeared.
Oh, no.
What the?
Oh my god. Yes.
Is this Amy Winehouse?
As his superior officer, I've given him complete charge of the case. If he's moving Ross around, it's for a reason.
I need that
This is
witness.
really epic.
What the hell is going on here?
The Fuji's, right?
A high-speed pursuit. 2 men are killed. An officer in the hospital.
Yeah, it
the
sounds
witness
Yeah,
was
it's a
murdered.
Fuji's.
Now, I want to know what's happening, and I want to know now. Let's hear it straight.
When I'm ready.
He's still my witness.
Dude, fuck yeah. I want to watch this movie again.
You work your side of the street, and I'll work mine.
Yeah.
Bullitt. This summer, July 31st.
Fuck yeah.
Anyway.
That was pretty cool. I was a little couple questionable parts in there.
Yeah, just a little bit. So yeah, that was a trailer for Bullitt, the movie we're reviewing this week, directed by Peter Yates, written by Alan Trustman, Harry Kleiner, Robert L. Fish, starring one Steve McQueen, not to be confused with the modern day director Steve McQueen.
Or Lightning McQueen.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny.
Gotta go
because
fast. That's Sonic.
I did think that Steve McQueen, the actor, was the same as the director for the longest time until today.
Uh-huh.
Literally till
Really?
today.
Just today. Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Congratulations.
Steve McQueen, the actor Steve McQueen directed
I thought
12 Years a Slave.
I thought
Steve McQueen, who's been dead for years.
I thought it was a Clint Eastwood sort of thing where, like, you know, he like retired from acting and went into directing, but
He died in 1980. He was only 50 years old.
Yeah, that's way far too young.
He been dead.
Anyway, sorry.
Tyler
I
said,
didn't mean-
yeah, like he knew. Yeah.
yeah,
And then he directed 12 Years a Slave 30 years later.
Well, no, because when I looked up Steve McQueen, I found out today. I was
Okay.
like, oh, he's been dead. How did he die?
Also
And-
starring
Mesothelioma.
Jacqueline Bisset, Robert Vaughn, Don Gordon, and Robert Duvall as a cab driver.
Yeah, small part, but a high build on IMDb.
And this has the, according to The Ringer, the second best car chase scene in a movie. Probably like the one that when you think of car chase scenes,
Everybody says
usually
Bullitt.
the first one that comes to mind, taking place in San Francisco, and the car chase happens in the San Francisco streets, and outside of San Francisco, journeys outside of there. Although there's continuity, there's a lot of continuity.
A couple bits there where I'm like,
that makes a lot of sense.
That's not there. It's like Sacramento.
But the story is to put it simply, a nonconformist San Francisco cop is determined to find the underworld kingpin who killed the witness under his protection. And it's a movie that has a slight little twist in it that I actually I liked quite a bit, actually. This is all of our first time watching it.
No, I've seen it before.
You've seen it before?
This is my first
First
time.
time. This is my first time. I've seen the car chase scene before in some class environment.
In film school?
College. I was thinking that or somewhere in high school, but I don't know why I would have watched it in high school.
Teacher's like, all right, kids, I'm hungover watching Bullitt.
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah. But just the car chase scene, not the whole movie. So yeah. And the Bullitt named after the character Bullitt.
Detective Frank Bullitt.
Yeah.
What a name.
Yeah, that'd be a cool name to have. Bullitt.
Frank Bullitt. He's a good cop, but one you don't want on your tail.
Yeah.
Mr. Bullitt?
That's Detective Bullitt to you, you son of a bitch.
Lieutenant Bullitt.
Both. Detective Lieutenant.
Detective Lieutenant.
Sir, it's
I didn't think you could have two ranks, but he's listed as Detective Lieutenant Frank Bullitt.
Sir, this is Mongolian barbecue. I'm just saying your number.
All right, then I guess Pete.
We'll go backwards. Start with Tyler.
Okay, Tyler.
Oh, okay.
What are your initial thoughts on Bullitt?
So this movie is interesting to me because the plot of the movie did not interest me in the least. I think what this movie achieves is that it has singular great sequence of events. And that's fine. I think that this movie is successful based on the individual like scenes and sequence of events, especially with the charisma of Steve McQueen, who I just learned today is
white,
is white, is 6 feet under, and did not direct 12 Years a Slave.
That was Tyler Perry, actually.
So I thought I think the plot is very weak. It does not really hold a lot of water, and I reconciled with it being okay because I thought the acting and the direction of the movie was very good. And it's interesting because Steve McQueen is such a cool dude in this movie. Like just some of the one-liners he does is so cool. And I really like how they captured the retro-looking style of San Francisco. They also have my favorite year of the Mustang in the aforementioned car chase scene. And that was really nice. Like I immediately went on Facebook Marketplace afterwards to see if they had a 1968 Mustang for sale, of course, out of my price range. But I have to settle for
maybe I can sell my mom's car and buy this car.
Yeah, 2006 Mustang, yeah, definitely. But I thought that the acting was really good. The plot doesn't really hold a lot of water, but there's good action sequences, especially on the tarmac at the climax of the movie. And the dialogue never overstayed its welcome. It wasn't overtly cheesy. I think it was a solid old movie. I liked it.
How'd you like the car chase?
The car chase,
compared to like what we've seen so far,
I think it's definitely at the number one position as far as everything else what we have seen.
Better than Ronin.
Well, you know what? I had to like wrestle with that thought because Ronin has a very tense car chase scene, but this one is just, it feels so iconic in a way that with Ronin, it was more for the plot. Like the car chase was for the plot. This car chase scene felt more for the like cinematic aspect of it all. It wasn't like they didn't have to have a car chase scene in this movie, whereas in Ronin that felt more like purposeful, like they had to have a car chase scene in that movie to move the plot forward, whereas in this one it didn't really feel like necessary, but it was still well done. And I don't know, I You know what? Now that you mentioned Ronin, I think
It's just a question. I'm not saying it leads you down a path. I just want to know which one you like
now
better.
you did. Now you did lead me down a path. So now I'm
Look
thinking.
what you did. Yeah, you got him going.
Ask Tyler a simple question. He's like, oh, fuck. Holy shit. Hold on.
I didn't even think about that.
My whole world's turned upside down now.
I did love the movie, Joseph. Thank you for recommending it.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay, I guess I'll go then. Yeah, first time watching it, I was pretty hooked from the very beginning. Because it started off very noirish. Dynamite opening credits.
Yes.
I love the title sequences. Just like the really unique, a lot of moving around a chunk of credits from different sides of the screen, and then sort of masking text going through it. Really dynamics and just like really cool. It started off very cool.
Yeah,
that's how kind of like how I would describe the movies. It was very cool. I liked it. The story I thought it was interesting because it's basically a guy who's ratting out the mob essentially, and the mob is after him, so he's under witness protection. But you don't ever see the mob really. They're not really a part of the story that much, other than like they're just hiding him.
Yeah.
And then so that was an interesting aspect of it. So and you have McQueen playing Bullitt, who is plays by his own rules, right?
Yeah.
And
to a degree.
Yeah. And then you have this like lawyer guy, like a DA or something, who's like, "Where's my witness?
Yeah,
I need my witness."
Robert Vaughn's character.
Yeah.
Who looked like Kyle MacLachlan a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. I was like, is that Kyle MacLachlan's dad? No, it's Robert Vaughn.
And I like that aspect of it. And then the sort of twist, like he died in protection, and then it becomes like a sort of mystery. And then the twist happens later in the movie, and it's like, and them uncovering that was really cool. And like, who's this guy, Albert Fennick or whatever his name is?
Yeah.
And like, oh, wait a minute. That guy's not Johnny Ross.
Yeah.
Johnny Ross doesn't even say a word in this goddamn movie.
You fool!
Like
that's Johnny Ross.
The actual Johnny Ross has no lines in this movie. And then it ends with a pretty good foot chase towards the end on an airport.
Yeah, on the tarmac. Yeah.
So we got two good chase sequences. One in a car and one on foot. I liked it. It put everything like towards the very end of the movie. Like I'm looking
Huge
at the
climax,
runtime.
yeah.
I'm like, it's only like 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they gotta wrap this up.
That's what I was thinking.
And then it ends in a dramatic flare with an audience in the airport terminal entrance. Yeah, I liked it. I like the style of the movie. I like the vibe of it. And the story was interesting because you would think like, oh, this is going to be like a whole thing with the mob, because like you have this other force that's like looking for this guy, but then it's mainly just about discovering who killed the witness.
Yeah.
And it's the very guy that you're protecting.
Yeah.
He just like put a patsy in there, and it's like, that guy's dead, so he could fool the mob. He has his own plan of escaping the mob. Yeah. And it's not with the help of the police or the FBI or whatever. And I like that aspect of it. It was cool. It was an interesting story. So yeah, liked it.
Cool. Yeah, I think I agree. This is the first movie that comes to mind when I think of like what's the greatest car chase scene. It's clearly this. It stands out like by a long shot. And it's not a car chase movie. It's just this is a car chase scene, and that's really kind of what I wanted to get into in this month, because there is the car chase scene on its own is an interesting way to shake up the kind of pacing of a movie. You have people who are, well, this guy's after this guy and whatever. It's almost always either action or espionage or mystery of something, because there's always has to be a component of, I need to get that person. Right.
Yeah.
You don't get that in a rom-com. There's no chase scenes in rom-coms. They may be like driving to a place and they need to get there before a certain time, but you're not chasing a person, right? Yeah. So it's two cars being chased to each other, or two vehicles, whatever. And I think of car chase movies as a whole. You have a lot of the Fast and Furious stuff. You have Mad Max Fury Road, Baby Driver. It's like the movies, the centric around it.
Right.
So far, the movies that we've watched so far, they're not about the cars. That's just one scene in the movie, or maybe two scenes in the case of Ronin. But this fucking car chase is phenomenal. Like watching these two cars, real deal cars, really driving balls out through the streets of San Francisco is so fucking cool.
Going up those steep hills, jumping off of them.
Literally 4 wheels airborne
Yeah.
on multiple occasions, just chasing through the streets.
I was kind of shocked at some of the jumps that they were doing. I was like, oh, damn.
I know. They're not fucking around.
Yeah.
And in the Gone in 60 Seconds remake, not remake, I'm sorry, in the Gone in 60 Seconds, the original, and Bruce actually sent some clips on our Facebook page. Maybe he posted in CinemaX, I can't remember, but he posted a couple of like car chases from the 70s. And it's so funny to watch the spongy suspension cycling as they're going over humps and stuff, and they go around the corner, and it's like, is this car gonna fucking roll? It has no stiffness. It's like driving a submarine around a corner. But in this movie, you get a little bit of that, and you see these people, they're trying to do these like dynamic turns and like actually like balls to the wall of chasing each other.
Yeah.
And as you go around a corner and you lose traction, you could see the car wanting to skitter out, and you like lose your place in it's like an actual race and a competitive race. But what I loved about this from the first time was the car chasing, and I didn't really remember much except for how cool Steve McQueen was. And I feel like Steve McQueen is like Clint Eastwood in the sense that he doesn't have to try to be cool; he just is cool. Like he exudes that coolness.
Yeah,
and
he's that guy.
I feel like as much as I liked Charles Bronson in Once Upon a Time in the West, and I saw the appeal of him as like a presence on screen, I still feel like he has to try to be cool, and he doesn't always, in my opinion, doesn't always successfully come off as cool. But Steve McQueen's a fucking cool guy.
Yeah.
Paul Newman's a fucking cool guy. Clint Eastwood is a cool guy. All these guys from that era, specifically those three, just feel like when they're on screen, I'm like, yeah, man, that's cool. I want to watch this guy.
They have like this charisma that's unexplainable.
And the character of Frank Bullitt is somebody that I want to watch, as opposed to the French Connection. I'm watching Popeye Doyle, and I'm like, this guy's a schmuck.
Yeah.
He's a bum who's trying to make good on himself and make himself look good and catch the bad guy, but also save his job. And in this one, Bullitt's just trying to like save his life because he's like basically being framed for this. It's a setup job, and he spots it from a mile away too. All the stuff like, you chose this hotel? No, Vaughn, whoever. What's the guy's name? Robert Vaughn's character? It's Chalmers.
Chalmers, yeah. Chalmers.
Superintendent Chalmers chose this.
Super Nintendo Chalmers.
Yeah. And he's like, did you choose this room? No, he chose it too. I was like, yeah, that's a bad room. Freeway access, pointed, windows.
Away, and he says, stay away from the window.
Stay away from the windows, yeah. And it's like he spots it coming from a mile away. And when it happens, it's like, this is clearly a setup job. So he's trying to watch himself the whole time and like basically make sure that he comes out clean on the other side and not in a jail cell and not framed for murder and whatever. And I love it. And then he you don't really see a whole lot of the history of him being a plays by his own rules cop so much. Only in this case where he feels like he's backed into the corner, he's like, I'm going to transport this dead body. Yeah. And you're like, fuck, that's crazy talk. Yeah. But he gets everybody on board with it too, somehow. Yeah.
Well, he has a reputation of like being like
they say that, but we don't see it. Of course, in Dirty Harry, first scene you see him. He's blowing people away. He's pointing a loaded gun at the guy's head. What do you think? I bet on like commotion. You lost the count of how many bullets I shot.
Do I have 5 or 6?
Yeah, it's like you see it with Clint Eastwood's character. So I feel like this is kind of a happy medium between a Dirty Harry and a French Connection. That's a good where you get a cool ass character just like Clint Eastwood, but you get a little bit of the double cross and a little bit of the grittiness of the French Connection. So I have to disagree with Tyler. I think that the actual story is phenomenal in this. Watching Bullitt basically fight for his life against a corrupt police force who has already set him up and already has his like 5 steps ahead of him, and working from the back to basically keep his ass. And also solve the case at the same time. He doesn't just abandon the case and run. He's still trying to solve the case through the whole thing.
All right.
So that's great. Love the cars in the movie. I love his relationship with Jacqueline Bisset. Honestly, I don't usually ask for more, but I kind of wish there was a little bit more of that. because
Not much in the movie.
No, it's not much there. I kind of wish there was just a tiny bit more.
She's at home waiting for him in bed.
Yeah, brings him his coffee while he's putting his turtleneck on and the blazer.
Yeah.
I do have a scene specifically I want to talk about with her.
Okay. So, long story short, freaking love it. One of the coolest movies. It is so cool. I mean, I love to see San Francisco on film.
Yeah.
And this is a great San Francisco movie. You get to see a lot of it, albeit driving very fast. The chase scene is effective. It's freaky. You know, they
It's
did
not music or anything.
No, it's just the roar of the engine. And these are real fucking muscle cars, which I'm not the biggest muscle car fan, but the Mustang and I want to say it's a Charger RT, I believe, that is just, you can hear the actual balls behind the engines. Like you can hear it. And that, it was not a surprise to me this won Best Sound at the Oscars. Best Sound Design. Really, really fucking great sounds. And Steve McQueen, his character is cool. His detective or his captain, Captain Bennett, he's like a really cool old school looking guy. He looks like he looks like the boss from The Incredibles. Bob Parr's Mr. Incredible's boss. Just a cool, hard nosed, old school detective, high and tight, no nonsense sort of chief. And he's great. And then
Simon Oakland.
Yeah, Robert Vaughn as Chalmers being the skeezy politician or whatever the fuck he is. He hate him in it from the second you see him.
Yeah.
And he earns that reputation throughout the movie. So great reveal near the end. Foot chase scene is cool. You're very honestly tense for a Bullitt as he's standing unguarded on the tarmac looking for the guy and he's taking aim with a pistol.
Yeah.
I was like, is he gonna shoot him? Is he gonna have to
snipe him with a pistol?
So many cool scenes. There's a great chase scene on foot inside the hospital too.
Yeah.
I mean, I really loved it. So Bullitt, great movie. Great revisited movie.
Yeah. Anything else?
Well,
what scene do you want to talk about, Tyler?
All right, so the scene that I really liked, one that frustrated me and then one that delighted me. The one that frustrated me was that Bullitt's partner makes him breakfast and coffee and stuff. And Bullitt, he's like, oh, I'll just take the coffee. I'm not hungry. She has the plate of like eggs and toast and like hash browns in her hand. She just toiled over a hot stove for a breakfast for her man, and he just is like, "Oh, I'll just take the coffee." It's just like that. Like, you placate her for a little bit and like take a little bite.
Bullitt, eat the eggs.
I thought that was a little frustrating because I would have definitely not have rejected.
Tyler's like, I just want someone to cook for me.
Yes. And then
that frustrated you.
But one of the coolest things about Bullitt's Steve McQueen's character in this movie was that he just demands people to do things for him. Like, so one example, he's in bed with his partner and she's asking him about like the case and like how his day went and stuff like that. And he just says, "Go to sleep." Just go to sleep.
He's a man of few words. What can he say?
Go to sleep.
Just go to sleep.
Pain don't hurt.
Yeah, pain don't hurt. That's kind of what it reminded me of too. It's just, and then what was another one? I had another one in mind, but I can't remember. But like he does like these not declarations, but like just like these demands.
That's
of
like a command.
Like, yeah, commands. Like he just commands people to do something like read this, do this, and then people do it.
Well, he is the leader. He is a detective lieutenant.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. But I mean, when you waxed on Pete about the story, I kind of, I'm rethinking about like what I said on my.
Here we go.
What? Here we go. What?
You know what? Maybe I was wrong.
Maybe I do like this movie.
I do like the movie, but like I'm thinking of
Maybe
it.
I do like the story.
That's the whole point of a discussion. It's there's a changing of opinions.
Okay.
And so yeah, you know what? Like I think the story it is more compelling, but I think it's not for myself. It wasn't more on the forefront than I would have liked.
Well, you didn't like this. You didn't like the case or the story with the French Connection either.
No, I did not. No.
Maybe you just don't like
detective.
Yeah,
Police
detective.
detective.
No, I do.
Even though you have detective movies as a list, a
Yeah,
category.
even a
on
true
the
detective, you basically jerk off to every night.
It's funny because it's true. But no, it's just that I do, but I don't know. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't.
Maybe I don't.
I mean, I like the idea. I like the idea and the aesthetic of it all, but maybe I just don't. However, with this movie, I thought every regardless of like whether I was connecting the plot to each scene, the individual scenes that I was watching were awesome. Like I was totally in, regardless of what was happening. Like in a plot, like forward wise, I really thought it was just really cool, very stylized. The car chasing. I wanted to ask you guys this actually. There's this one scene where the car like smashes into another car during the car chase scene, but then like it cuts out like immediately. Like, was that a mistake?
No,
because it didn't seem like it like recovered like in a way where it crashed into the car.
I mean, maybe they didn't.
And then it cut.
Maybe there was equipment in the end of that shot they had to edit out or something.
Okay, because like it felt a little bit
Like a continuity.
That one edit dropped it a whole letter grade.
To-
When we were looking for the trailer, it said this shot in Bullitt room.
Oh yeah,
pisses me off.
Yeah.
Tyler uploaded that 2 years ago. I forgot he watched the movie.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of really good trivia on this movie.
Yeah.
Most famously, his outfit, he wears the turtleneck and the tweed jacket.
Yeah.
It became very popular after this movie was released. Huge boost in popularity. Also,
I should bring that back this
desert
winter.
boots and trench coats. Do it. I will make fun of you if you're wearing a turtleneck and show up here with a blazer.
Turtleneck and a tweed blazer.
Yeah. As I would expect you to do the same to me if I showed up to your house in a turtleneck and a blazer.
I would praise it.
No, that's not the right answer. You have to take your lumps. It's like if you start wearing a hat around.
We did earlier. We missed. I wanted to read it on air, but Bruce sent a message saying that Tyler looked like a busker's dog.
A busker's dog?
A busker's dog?
Because he's got the bandana around his
Oh.
neck.
Bruce Perk.
It looks like your name would be Scout. Also, there's the scene when he's on the tarmac and the airliner is driving over him, basically taxiing over him. People that were watching them film be shot, they were shocked that it was actually Steve McQueen out there. He did almost all of his own stunts. Not all, just a lot of them. And a lot of his own driving. Probably about 60% of the driving was actually Steve McQueen. He's a prolific race car driver in real life, mostly a motorcycle driver, racer.
I wonder why they named that guy Lightning McQueen.
That's right. And him and Paul Newman, which I mentioned earlier, both prolific race car drivers.
Really?
Paul Newman.
Bill Pullman?
No, Paul Newman.
Paul Newman
From Newman's Own salad dressing.
Oh, right.
Yeah. He also was a race car driver. Also, I'm pretty sure he was the voice for
A Fish in Finding Nemo.
No, Hudson, the car in
Oh yeah. No, wait, no, that's that one.
No, it wasn't Paul Newman. He was dead before that. Cars.
Was he?
I think so.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm
Didn't
tripping.
he make
Let's see.
the music for Toy Story?
That's Randy Newman.
That's Randy Newman. It was Paul Newman. Must have been at the very end of his life. Yeah, Doc Hudson he voiced.
Oh, okay. That's that one.
Famous race car driver, Paul Newman, also salad dressing magnate.
Well,
so
you got a friend in me.
But
That's Randy Newman.
Let's see what else. When you were talking about mistakes in the chase scene, there's a scene when he misses his turn and does a burnout in reverse and then continues the thing. That wasn't supposed to happen. He literally just missed the turn.
Oh, okay.
They kept it in because it was they thought it was great.
That's cool.
Fooled me.
We like that.
Peter Yates, also an accomplished race car driver, the director. So before he went into making films, he was primarily a race car driver and like the owner of a race team as well.
He was like,
God dang.
I should make a movie about this.
You know what? I mean, better him than someone who doesn't know a goddamn thing about cars.
Yeah.
You know that Nicholas Winding Refn doesn't have a driver's license?
Yeah, I heard that.
What?
I mean,
He made drive.
Yeah,
the man made drive.
I'm gonna make
Doesn't
a
own
movie
a driver's
about
license.
something I can't do.
Yeah. I don't know why in my head
It's like a Mitch Hedberg like joke.
give us the joke then.
Okay.
Here I go.
You know, I was thinking about making a movie about driving a car, but I don't know how to drive a car. So I figured I'd make a movie about driving cars so I can learn how to drive a car.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I made a movie about driving cars. I called it Drive.
I call it drive.
Yeah, not bad.
Please clap.
That's fine. You don't have to clap. That was bad.
I
don't need. I don't need to be tolerated.
So Peter Yates also directed The Friends of Eddie Coyle, who, as we mentioned earlier on the show, maybe a few months back, is the original movie that was remade into The Town.
Oh,
remember that whole little bit there? Friends of Eddie Coyle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Also, Breaking Away, another big movie. That was his highest rated movie.
Bicycle race movie.
Bicycle race movie. Correct.
Nice.
Yeah. And Kroll.
Oh yeah, you can't forget Kroll.
I've never seen Kroll. What's it about?
It's
Describe it.
It's about aliens.
It's about a Kroll.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie in a while. I don't know.
About aliens.
Have you ever seen it?
Yeah, I have. I saw it. I saw it like in high school when I was getting into like the whole 80s like movie stuff. Like I was just watching everything and anything.
Kroll. Who directed that movie?
Kroll?
Who was that?
With a U?
No, but it has like the cool. But what I do remember about Kroll is like it has like the alien mask thing on the cover, like with the him pointing a laser gun.
Who directed that movie, Tyler?
I don't.
Take a guess. Any guess?
I have no
No possible way to know.
Didn't we just say who it was?
Peter Yates, the guy that directed Bullitt. That's why we're talking about it. We're here right now.
Yeah, take this shit.
Take the shares to that, please. Will not.
Damn it. Yeah, I mean, I think, and you know, what's interesting is that I feel like there's like this sort of, I mean, okay, you know what? No, I'm not gonna put a generalized opinion on everyone.
Okay.
But for myself, when I think of old movies, I like there's a different kind of acting, like from modern movies today to period movies back then, and
period movies,
or
you mean just older movies?
Just older movies.
They weren't period movies. It took place in the same year that it was
like
made.
60s movies, 70s movies.
Well, someone was on their period on set. But
all right. I thought you were an ally, Tyler.
But I thought I don't think I've ever really I don't think I've seen a Steve McQueen movie until this one. And so
can you think of another Steve McQueen movie?
No.
I don't even
Great Escape.
Yeah, the Great
That's
Escape
the biggest one.
is the only one I know.
Thomas Crown Affair, the original one, Papillon.
Yeah, I've never, but I've
was
always
in 44 things.
I
feel like it would have been more.
I've known him in popular culture to be the cool guy. Like he's like a cool guy.
His
He's
last name's
Steve
McQueen.
Yeah,
Steve
McQueen.
McQueen.
Oh, he's in the original The Blob
Oh.
as Stephen McQueen
Oh.
before he changed his stage name.
Steven.
So I was thinking like, okay, well, like maybe because like he was a Hollywood hunk, like that was his appeal, not like his acting ability. But watching him in Bullitt though, he was good. He had a genuinely good performance, and I feel like there's a lot of I can't keep saying I feel like there's a lot of, for myself, I think that there's overhype in older movies, and when you watch them, you kind of think to yourself, it's not that great. Like,
I know what you're saying, because there's a lot of old movies that people are like, this is a classic, I gotta watch it, and I watch it and I think it's fine.
Yeah,
it's okay. Bullitt holds up though.
Yeah, Bullitt. That's where
there's a few that do hold up.
Yeah,
yeah.
Stand the test of time.
What's an older movie that you think is still fucking great that everybody should see? Joseph, Tyler, both of you guys. We think
that everyone should still
like
see
60s, 70s that you watched and you're like, oh, this is what the hype is about. I believe it.
I mean, first thing comes to mind, Exorcist.
Okay. Something you watched as an adult. You discovered as an adult.
Oh, that I discovered?
Yeah. Something
as
you
an
discovered
adult?
as an adult.
Like 18 years old and up.
Yeah. Something like that. I feel like The Exorcist, like we all know The Exorcist is one of the greats.
Yeah. I think, well,
A movie that people say is good and is good.
And it actually is good, yeah. What do you think?
Probably like The Shining or Space Odyssey.
2001 Space Odyssey?
I immediately went to Kubrick too, like 2001.
Kubrick.
Jaws. I mean, that's the 70s.
Jaws, yeah.
I'm gonna look in my letterbox and see what
2001 was a movie that I did discover in
Some
my
Like It Hot.
adulthood.
Some Like It Hot's fucking dope.
Some Like
Yeah.
It Hot. The
Release
good, the
date.
good, the bad, and the ugly. I mean, we just went over that movie.
Yeah.
I did know it because it's in the cultural zeitgeist, but I had never even. The only thing I knew about it was the music, and I think like maybe a couple of still shots. This movie.
Oh, I know. The one that blew me away that I thought this is gonna suck. 12 Angry Men.
Yeah.
Fucking great.
Psycho.
Yeah, Psycho. Fantastic.
Oh, The Birds.
It's okay, in my opinion. IMO. The Apartment, and also another 1960 movie. Really fucking fun. Really fucking good.
Yeah, there's a lot of classics.
Movie we covered on the show here, 8.5. I thought that was great. Fellini, our first Fellini.
Mm-hmm.
Midnight Cowboy, that one blew me away.
Oh, yes. That's a very good
Fucking
movie.
loved that one. So good.
Yeah, I mean, but you
What's
know
a movie, an old movie you think is overhyped?
Overhyped?
Yeah, because you just said that old movie, because they have this sort of, like it's a classic stigma type thing.
Hudson River Massacre, overhyped.
I don't think people even know about that one.
Seventh Seal, did not like that.
I think
I feel like that's just overrated.
I think Rosemary's Baby is probably a little bit overhyped.
I love that one.
I think it was
Polanski, big fan.
Huge fan. Oh yeah, this is your hero. I forgot.
No.
Chinatown. I've never seen it, so
I haven't either.
You haven't seen Chinatown?
no.
Oh well, we're at 100% doing that for detective movies.
Noir-vember.
Yeah.
Wait, we have to wait till November? God damn it.
Just because it goes with the month.
Yeah. I thought
Sound of Music. It's a good movie.
You know what? It's funny.
French Connection, a little overhyped. Straw Dogs, don't like that one at all.
French. I don't
1971.
think French Connection is overhyped. I think that
I think it's very overhyped. I don't think it's a bad movie, but people make it out to be a fucking like masterpiece.
Do
they? Yeah, I've never heard a bad thing said about it.
Oh well, I mean, there's a lot of bad things to say about that movie. I mean,
It's just me. My personal experience.
Well, I mean, that's
You can assume when I say it, it's just my personal experience. I don't have to say for me.
But you know what's interesting is that I've never heard of Bullitt before until today or last week. In this last week, I've never heard of Bullitt before. But what's interesting though is the car chase scene. I feel like I have seen before. Maybe because
you watch a lot of clip videos.
You know
on
what? I was
YouTube.
going to mention this earlier. Actually, you remind me because you were saying that you like certain scenes of the movie. Like there were certain scenes of this movie, Bullitt, that you liked a lot, but not the overall story. Not so much.
Correct.
Right. And I feel like that might be a product of you just watching too many clips on their own.
Yeah,
on
that could be
YouTube or TikTok. Maybe that's my hypothesis.
I could be brain rot, actually.
Maybe.
Like you like watching out of context clips, even though you love context.
Well, I mean, I didn't realize this was about to be a study on my psyche.
It's a class.
I mean, this whole show is just a ruse to get to get to know you more, to get to know the real Tyler.
Yeah, we want to know.
This is an M. Night Shyamalan podcast.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Well,
this is Shutter Island type deal here with the podcast.
That's like my fear, honestly.
What?
Because I started watching Shutter Island, and I was like, that would be my ultimate fear.
What's that? I thought witches were.
Well, that too. Witches and everyone placating my insanity.
You see everybody with notepads.
It's like, what are you writing?
Everybody writes down when they have an interaction with you.
So, Tyler, how many hours a day do you think you spend on TikTok?
Hours a day. I spend a shit ton of time on TikTok. Too much.
I don't really spend a whole lot of time on TikTok because I'm mostly getting like tarot readings and like zodiac readings, and like that's fun for a little bit, but then I'm like, no. But Facebook Reels though, that's where that's
the same thing.
That is where the gold is at. I will spend a bunch of my time there.
Facebook Reels.
Yeah, and
it's like the Internet Explorer of social media pages.
But it's interesting that you have make that observation of me with my short form media consumption in
I don't necessarily even
description.
think that it's just you. The Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Vine, it all is designed to keep your attention, and you have to switch to the next thing really fast.
Yeah.
So it almost conditions your brain to say, where's the new thing? I know the scene it's like David Lynch getting pissed off at the assistant director for trying to speed up the scene. Mm-hmm. He's like, I'll make the scene as long as I fucking want. Mm-hmm. You know, the scene needs to be as long as it needs to be. I don't have to say, I can only spend 30 seconds before we get to the next thing.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I think that's what's success.
I want to see Bullitt staring at the camera for a while.
I think what's successful about this movie is that each scene in this movie doesn't overstay its welcome, and it's very, really well shot and well done. Like the dialogue is like the perfect amount of cadence between the actors, and the plot is. I mean, the plot's simple enough to follow. I thought that if you could remake this movie, it would like you could probably make it a little bit more like complex and a little bit deeper, but it's a very surface level plot, very easy to follow. But for me, what was very compelling about this movie was just the way that it was shot, like the way that it moved forward, and like
the pacing.
Okay.
I also like that you see the protagonist eat a peanut butter jelly sandwich with milk. A tier
normalize
snack. Yeah,
eating PB&J. The protagonist eating a PB&J.
Also drinking milk, because I feel like milk has been like villain coded in cinema for a long time.
It has.
Yeah. Villains drink milk.
Oh, that's interesting.
Anton Chigurh.
Yeah,
most notably.
Yeah, we have. Let's see here. Anton
Stanley,
Chigurh.
Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, what's the name? Little Alex.
Yeah,
Little Alex.
Yeah, that's the name, right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Clockwork Orange. Yeah.
Homelander, Milkmaid.
Homelander. Yeah.
Should I say Milkmaid? Rob Lowe and Tommy Boy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, does he? I remember that.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Just has a bottle of Yoo-hoo. What is it?
It says, in Tommy Boy, Rob Lowe gets off the bus in Sandusky and punches a child while slamming a pint of milk. Oh, that's so funny. You have a whole, in Clockwork Orange, there's a whole bar.
Yeah, it's a milk bar.
Isn't there a milk bar in Fairfield?
I'm sure.
Oh, that's Milk Farm.
No, that's Milk Farm, yeah.
Over the nut tree.
Oh, yeah.
They get their milk from the nut tree.
The nut milk tree.
Yep.
Inglourious Bastards, what's his name? Hans Landa.
Yeah.
But then again, he's provided the milk by not the villain.
That's true. He is on a dairy farm.
I'm just saying, I watched, me and Brianna watched it together, and I was like, ooh, peanut butter jelly sandwich with milk. That sounds so good right now. And every time I drink a glass of milk, she looks at me like I'm a psychopath.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Joseph does too, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
But like, I can't eat a waffle or a pancake or a cookie or any sort of like pastry, bready dish without a glass of milk. Like, I have to have it afterwards. The peanut butter sandwich, even more so.
But what is it? What effect does the milk have?
I feel like it cleanses my palate. I knew you were
gonna say that. Cleanses your palate.
In a way.
Yeah.
But I could do that with water too, but it just doesn't feel right. At the richness of the starch and the peanut butter and the jelly and all that together. I need another rich thickness.
Yeah.
And that rich milk.
Yeah. I can see
I don't know why.
I can see it I can see it.
Eating donuts without a milk feels like a sin.
Donuts and milk?
Yeah,
No.
they go together. Well, donuts and coffee too, but I'm more of a child than
I think
a man.
I can't believe, I mean, when growing up, the dinners, like my parent, they would just automatically just give me a glass of milk growing up.
During
Like,
dinner?
with dinner.
Yeah, our parents too.
So I guess it is a palate cleanser then.
No, back in the day though, the Milk Council basically sold the propaganda that calcium and vitamin D, the only way you can get it is through milk.
Or the optimal way, the best way.
If you don't drink milk, your child could potentially break bones just by jumping rope.
Bones
So
are
Frank Bullitt was
brittle as hell.
He's a patsy for the Milk Council, is what I'm saying.
for the Milk Council.
Yeah.
That whole got milk scheme.
Yeah.
You ever heard of it?
Not even specific for a specific
Oh my God,
brand.
that was the mob that was after the witness.
The milk mob?
The milk mob.
Milk mafia?
Yeah.
Could be.
The milk mafia.
Mommy's milk.
If Sean Whalen had a glass of milk when he was eating that peanut butter sandwich, he would have won the $10,000 because he would have been able to tell that radio host who shot Alexander Hamilton in that famous duel. Directed by Michael Bay.
Oh,
man.
Go on and on. We're really milking this segment here.
Yeah, you're
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Please clap.
I'm trying to think if there's any other interesting.
I don't have anything bad to say about it.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I could not. I enjoyed myself the entire. What was it? 153. It was That was,
Tyler, give me the runtime on this movie.
I just said 153.
That's
Hour 53.
Yeah.
Final answer.
Yes.
Are you looking it up? What is it?
I'm looking it up right now. Hold on. I was on the trivia page. It's incorrect.
What was it?
It's hour 54.
God damn.
I feel like that's a win still.
Yeah.
No, plus or minus 5 minutes. That's pretty good.
Unfair trivia.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for playing, everybody. Just kidding.
Yeah, I got nothing else to say to it. It's fantastic. I could give some specs about the car if you want. It's just the 68 Mustang Fastback.
Both of them?
No,
Or just
the
his?
Charger. Let's see. Pull up those Charger specs here.
Just bullets.
Oh, there was an interesting thing about the Mustang itself. So it was sold. It broke a record in 2020 for the most expensive car ever sold at auction. $3.7 million for the original car. That was
In the movie?
the original movie used car. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a 68 Mustang Fastback GT, and it sold for $3.7 million, including auction fees, in 2020. The guy that bought the car originally paid $3,500 in 1974, 6 years after the movie was produced. $3,500 he paid for that thing, and he sold it for $3.7 million in 2020.
Damn.
3.7 for a fucking car.
For a 1968 beat up Mustang.
That don't matter.
Did they restore it, I assume?
I would imagine so. They probably done a full on restoration on it.
They better for $3.7 million.
I love the way the 1968 Mustangs look.
And then the bad guy's car is a 68 Dodge Charger RT, and it had a bunch of actual like crazy performance stuff.
The one
was
that
done to it.
crashes into like a gas station and blows up or something?
Yes. And then you see the car on its lid, and the two guys just burning to death inside.
Oh yeah.
That was a great effect.
It was
That
good.
they pull up. It was like
Yeah.
they looked like they overlaid like the film like of fire and
Oh.
the guy because it
looks
looked
like him.
It looked like pretty real.
Yeah, I did.
And I loved the fact that Steve McQueen looks cool as shit driving the car.
Yeah, he does.
He looks like somebody that could probably do it because he
Yeah.
does, and he's an actual driver.
Yeah.
But the guy that was driving in the driver's seat of the bad guy's car, Bill Hickman,
Mm-hmm.
he's the same actor who was in The French Connection, played Moldering.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, the guy that got killed by fucking Popeye Doyle at the end.
Yeah.
He's like, I gotta get this guy. I just killed my partner. I don't care. Same actor, same stunt driver, and but he's wearing basically like the Don Draper suit with the horn rim glasses.
Yeah.
Looking
Yeah.
like what's his name? Fucking William H. Macy in Fargo. With
Oh,
thick glasses,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And he's just cool as a cucumber. And he's got a passenger in the seat, hitting hitting ridiculous corners, like spinning this car out. And he's got a passenger in his seat. And when he cuts back to them, they're both just like, yeah, we're going. We're doing it. The guy in the passenger seat would probably be like, holy shit, fucking slow down. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and they didn't have the oh shit handles too. So he's
No,
just
they
like,
did not.
He's just like,
No, they did not. But seriously, though, that is a no-joke muscle car. The Mustang itself, no-joke muscle car.
yeah.
And a lot of the scenes in the chase scene were just done on the street, no permits. Just
Really?
is what it is. Yeah.
Huh.
As you're watching these guys drive through the street. You could see there's a green Volkswagen Beetle that they pass like 5 times in this. And so there's like a little bit of continuity stuff there.
Our stream
died?
It says data. This stream will end shortly unless you restart it in your.
Whatever.
It's in your streaming software.
Yeah, let's just finish this.
Okay, let's wrap it up here.
All right. Yeah, I'm ready to grade it whenever.
All right, let's grade this puppy, Pete.
I go A. Not an A plus, but definitely not A minus. Very, very good. Interesting story. Loved it. Car chase scene, groundbreaking. I think this deserves to be right near the top of the list for sure. 100%.
Cool. Tyler?
Oh yeah, definitely a solid A. I enjoyed. Sure about that? Yes, I am very sure about that. I enjoyed myself immensely watching this movie, and it's interesting because I thought I wasn't going to enjoy myself. I thought it was going to be boring. I thought it was going to be like homework, and as the movie went forward, like especially like you were saying, like when the credits like were like rolling in the beginning of the movie, I was like, shit, this looks already really cool. I'm in. I'm all in. So yeah, solid A.
All right, and I'm right there. It's AAA movie.
AAA movie.
My favorite of the 3 that we watched.
We should get one of the classmates to categorize like all the movies that we have graded into like the AAA movies.
What movies did we all give an A?
Yeah.
I think probably a lot of them. We generally pick movies we kind of know we're going to like.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't do a whole lot of like wild card picks.
That's true. We do.
So yeah, I don't have anything else to really add to that. It's a solid, really fun movie. There is some great like composition in the cinematography.
There is. It's really well shot.
And some really interesting like car driving under the camera, which is like I was like, how did they do that? Via a crane or like some sort of like that'd be the only way they could do that.
Car driving under the camera or over?
Yeah,
the
there's
camera?
a scene. There's at least one where it drives under the camera, and I was like, how did they do
they're
that?
definitely on like a jib or something.
I
want to say that the cinematographer was somebody. I'll look him up while you finish up.
It was a person.
Yeah,
it was a human.
Somebody was there behind the camera.
He's listed in the credits.
But yeah, really good.
William A. Fraker. Let's see what he did.
I can hear you drinking that, whatever it is.
Oh shit! Yeah, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Steven Spielberg's worst movie, 1941. War Games.
Is that the name of the movie?
Yeah, 1941. War Games. Tyler's favorite.
Is it?
It is.
No, he just listed it one time in a very funny way on the show. Rules of Engagement, Island of Dr. Moreau, Vegas Vacation.
Oh.
The Street Fighter movie.
Okay.
Oh, Tombstone.
Sweet.
Honeymoon in Vegas.
What a interesting career.
Yeah.
Very illustrious career.
Vegas Vacation to Street Fighter to have Bullitt and
Best little whorehouse in Texas.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
A bunch of stuff.
What's his name?
William A. Fraker.
Oh, yeah.
That guy.
William A. Fraker.
The aforementioned Rosemary's Baby.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
He's cinematographer for a movie called Incubus. Great band. All right. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. So next week, we don't have a movie chosen yet from the Patreon, but we will have one because we have some input already. Here,
I hope so.
Yeah, here is our, let me see our posts here. Where's our posts? There we go. Okay, so I post on the Patreon and I don't know if I post on the Facebook page or not yet, but so far we have Kung Fu Hustle from Angry Otter. What's Up, Doc? It's a amazingly humorous chase scene from Heather. Baby Driver. The Blues Brothers. Chris says OJ Made in America. Death Proof, The Raid 2, and that's it right now. Really, no multiple selections. Nobody's like said something 2 or 3 times. But we had a couple like reactions on there. So I'm gonna put
decide on one.
I'm just gonna put a poll up basically on the Patreon page. I'll put it up on the Facebook and try to drive some engagement. And we'll do the same thing as we did last week. Well, whatever movie's chosen by Thursday.
Angry Otter changes his decision to Blues Brothers.
Oh, okay. So we got 2 for Blues Brothers right now. We'll put a post up and then we'll see if there's, because I feel like that might be the front runner. We've covered some of the big ones already.
Well, so far it is.
Yeah. So anyway, so we'll make a post on there and it'll be a mystery what we watch next week.
You know what I think we should do for Patreon? Just for some content, go up there. We should all go out to like a park or something, and film each other running at full sprint.
Okay,
and see what that looks like.
Yeah,
because I want to see Tyler run.
Okay,
I have a beautiful stride. Okay.
Oh wow.
What was the thing? I was gonna. I can't remember what it was. I wanted to do something else for Patreon. Yeah, let's do something fun.
And you're gonna be running in a 5K.
Yeah, July 4th.
Yeah.
So
that's coming up.
It is. That's how time works. It's coming up.
It's coming up.
It will be
I
here.
hope you're ready for
it
that.
will be here.
That's 5,000 kilometers, man.
No, it's not. It's 5,000 meters.
What? Oh,
it's 5 kilometers. It's 5K.
Oh,
it's 3.1 miles.
It's not a 5,000K. Yeah, it's like 3. It's not even 4 miles.
I feel like an idiot now.
Did you really think it was 5,000?
5,000 kilometers.
You think he's just?
I know. I'm not gonna run 5,000 kilometers. I can't run 10 kilometers.
I don't think anybody. There's no race for that.
Ultra marathoners, maybe.
Take the shoes to that one.
How many miles is
We
5,000
shall not.
kilometers?
Let's see. How many miles is 5,000?
I thought.
Isn't that like 15,000 miles?
I thought that's why.
3,100 miles.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Got it backwards.
That's like from here to the East Coast.
I'm sure somebody's
It's
run
like
that.
Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump did. Yeah, Forrest Gump did.
Because I thought the K meant kilometers.
It does.
It does mean
5K.
5 of them. 5 kilometers.
I thought it was like, like a double thing, like because 5K, like
5KK. Then we get 5KK.
Only one away from your favorite.
Shut up. Don't say that. You're endangering my life.
All right, we good?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, thank you to our cool SCR duties over on Patreon. That's Javier, Heather, Michael, and Chris. If you want to support us on the Patreon, you can do so at patreon.com/middleclassfilmclass, or you can just watch on the YouTube channel. That is its own way to support as well. Until next time. Thank you for joining us as we review 1968's Bullitt, starring Steve McQueen. Follow us next week as we watch an unknown movie, a Patreon pick for our 4th entry for Car Chase May.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
And we pick a new one.
That's
pick a new category.
The Patreon's already working on it. So follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/MCFC podcast, and send us an email, mcfcpodcast@gmail.com.
And follow us on Instagram at Middle Class Film Class.
And on TikTok at Middle Class Film Class, and Twitter at Podcast MCFC.
All right, we'll see y'all next time.
See ya.
See ya. You know what? Maybe I was wrong.
Class dismissed.
I gotta get out of here. The bell doesn't dismiss you. I dismiss you.
You're free to go.
See you next week.
See you later. See you later. That's a wrap.
Great show.